Today we're going to be taking this Tacoma from this to this. So today we're going to be throwing a shell here on Joe's Tacoma, and the shell that we're going to be putting on his truck today is the OVS topper. So we finished assembling the topper, now we just need to use a forklift to get it up on the truck.
We've got the forklift here. If you really want to, you can take 4 or 5 of your friends, lift it up, throw it on the truck bed. We've got the forklift for it, so it makes it easy.
Okay, so OVS supplies you with this little rubber gasket that can go on the underside of your shell just to seal it from the elements like rain, snow, things like that. So we went ahead and primed the underside of this, that way this just adheres better to the shell. I've also seen people just put this on their truck bed as well, but since we like the idea of being able to take the shell off completely, we're just gonna put it on the bottom of the shell. So once we get this on, we're ready to set this down on the truck.
I'm dreaming after you, chasing you in my sleep.
Okay, so we just got the rubber gasket around the shell, and now we are ready to put this thing on the truck. So Coop's gonna move this over on the forklift. We're gonna do a really good job at making sure it doesn't hit anything, and then we're gonna get this thing down on the truck.
Wake me up.
So we're just making a couple of adjustments to the shell right before we clamp it on, but it's looking pretty good right now. So we're gonna get the clamps. There isn't a back rail on this truck, so we're probably just gonna do 3 and then 3. But if you have like one of the newer generations of Tacoma, like the 4th gen, you're gonna have a back rail on the back, so you'll be able to do like 2 on the back if you wanted. But for us, we're just gonna do 3 and 3, and that should be enough to hold this shell down. All right, so the last step of installing this topper on the truck, we are going to be installing these clamps. Now we're gonna do 3 on each side. We got these little mounts that go into these little bed rails right here. And then once we put these on, we're gonna be able to tighten everything down. This is going to be how it clamps onto the truck. So we went ahead and got the bed rail part on, and now we got these clamps. We're going to set the clamp on the edge of the shell, and then these bolts are going to thread into that mount that we put into the bed rail. So once we tighten this down, this is going to hold the shell in a secure spot. That way, if you're doing any off-roading or just normal driving, the shell's not going to come sliding off. So once we set all this down, we should be good to then get this truck on the road. Alrighty, so like I said earlier, we're gonna do 3 of these on each side. That should give us enough pressure to keep the shell held to the truck at all times. So we're just finishing up mounting these on this side. Now we're gonna get the clamps going, and then we're gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. I am gonna alternate how I tighten these just to make sure we get a nice even seal across the shell. So we'll probably start here, go to the next one, come here, go to the next one, and then do the last 2. So we're just wrapping up the installation of this OVS shell.
Shooting star in the sky, come so
Okay, so we have installed the OVS shell on this Tacoma. The really cool thing about this shell is you're actually able to access your truck bed from all 3 sides. So on a normal truck bed or a normal truck shell, most of the time you're only able to get in from the tailgate side, but on this you can actually raise these side panels. So you're able to just close it like this. It's got 2 latches on both sides. You just click those down and then the whole thing just shuts. And the nice thing about this is you can actually lock all of these latches. So no one's gonna be able to get in and steal your stuff, and they give you keys so you can unlock all of those. And then to open it again, you just push these tabs in, and it opens just like that. Really cool shell design. We really like the way that this thing looks, and then just the accessibility, being able to get in on all 3 sides is like a huge benefit to the shell, and really is something that sets this thing apart from other shells on the market. All right, so here's the back half of the shell. So just like the sides, you're able to shut this, lock it into place. You have your own set of keys so you can lock that. And then it also comes with a 3rd brake light, which is pretty awesome. So you can tap this into your truck, and then this will act as a 3rd brake light. The normal 3rd brake light that you'll have on the Tacoma is gonna be hidden by this shell. So they've added one here, which is pretty awesome. So, and then if you wanna unlock it, just hit these tabs again. It'll raise right up. So pretty cool shell design from OVS. Another really nice thing about this shell is it does come with bed rails. So if you wanted to put some bed rails on here, you could do that, and that just gives you some more mounting possibilities. Like if you wanted to add a rooftop tent or carry some snowboards on the top or skis or whatever, anything that you'd want to like use a normal like roof rack for, you can add that to this shell. So it's a really cool feature of the shell. Another reason why you might consider buying it. All right, so we've gotten the OVS topper shell installed on this Tacoma. I really love this thing. The cool thing about it is you're able to access this shell on all 3 sides, which is something that you really missed out on a lot of shells. And that just looks cool. This thing is sturdy, it's not gonna go anywhere. And the great thing about it is you're able to ship this to your door. This shell comes in pieces, so you're able to build it yourself, which is pretty awesome. And it looks great. So like, on a white Tacoma, or really any other Tacoma, just having a black shell really has this like 2-tone look that makes it look really sick. And I'm a huge fan of that. So love this shell. If you want to pick one of these up, we have these available on our site right now, but I couldn't recommend this enough, especially if you're looking for a hard top shell for your Tacoma. Thank you guys for stopping by our channel. If you guys want to pick one of these OVS shells up for your own Tacoma, we'll go ahead and link them below.